So it's another day in the life of a Jamaican. Thank you for viewing. We're on a journey here across the flat bridge going to Gibraltar, St. Catherine. And we're just going to talk about the election in Jamaica today. Just to share some views and stuff. So this was my first time getting my fingers wet with ink after voting. The last election, we were given about 4 hours off work to go and vote. I believe at that time I was working with the Jamaican Anti-Doping Commission in office, and it was quite inconveniencing for me to leave work to head to country to vote and then to head back, because remember I was in school at the time. So I chose not to vote at that time. Another reason why I chose not to vote is because we have a culture, you could say, in that region where you expect a certain political party or a certain representative of that region to win, and I just didn't believe that at that time it would have made much of a difference had I voted for or against that person. I must also express that I do not publicly share my political preferences. I don't have a political affiliation. You could call me a swing voter. If I notice that one political party is not performing the way it should, just based on my subjective opinion, or they do not represent my constituency as they should, then I would choose to go on the other side. I don't think that I would vote for one of the independent or one of the smaller political parties at this time. I think that would have been maybe a waste of vote, because they are not at the stage where they can compete with the larger political parties, and I'm not seeing where their proposals pull me as they should. But if that time comes, then I will consider them. But with regards to the two major political parties, PNP, JLP, I won't express a preference. In my specific community, the primary problems that we experience, one, bad roads, and two, lack of running water. And this is something that has been going on since the beginning of time. But what I really hate about politics, whether it's PNP or JLP, is that they present themselves to be for you when it's time when you are needed. So when it is time to get people to vote, you would see them come and they would do a little work here or there, hand out some money, hand out some shirt, and people just get excited for, foolishness. 2 days from now, they won't even remember you, But there's another problem that is existing right now, and that is the coronavirus. The government has made provisions for persons living with the virus to vote. I mean, you can't stop persons from voting. That's their right. They have the right to vote. But of course, that poses a significant risk to others. So I didn't rate that move. I believe that they should have made other provisions for persons who are living with the virus, maybe online voting, maybe mail-in ballots, something else. I'm transitioning here to the hills of Gibraltar, or on the road to Gibraltar. And yes, as I was saying, they need to make other provisions, because persons are not going to abide by the rule as they should, 100%. And the risk of passing on the virus to somebody else, you know how easily it is to transmit the virus. So the case numbers are going to go up significantly in the coming weeks. Yesterday, the total number of cases was about 220 something, which is a ridiculously high number in comparison to the trend that we maintained throughout the pandemic. But yeah, there was one thing I want to highlight about this video. Driving up the hills of Gibraltar, I noticed that in several sections, apparently part of the video was corrupted or something, but I wasn't able to add that. But I'll do that at a later date. Yeah, I had to give a shout out to both PNP and JLP representatives on the way. I was wearing neutral colors. But yes, so I noticed that several sections of the road were improved, in that they tried to widen sections of the road. Some certain corners were widened, and there was an area where at the bridge, where if you look at previous videos over the years of me driving to Gibraltar, you would notice that at the bridge, the hillside, there was like a landslide, and the mud and dirt from the hill flowed over onto the road, and it was just there for quite a while. And I was surprised to see that it was completely gone on election day. I heard that a couple of days ago they cleaned it up, but this could have been done so long ago. Why not? People need to think about the moves that these politicians make, and ensure that these people are looking out for our best interest, and not necessarily just to buy a vote, because that's how I see it. In this area, the PNP is being led by Natalie Nita Headley, while the JLP is being led by Natalie Rodriguez. So Natalie versus Natalie. Natalie Headley has been the representative here for quite a while, and the competitor, I don't know, maybe the JLP is just trying to confuse people by putting another Natalie there, but Natalie versus Natalie. So what I can say for sure is that I voted for Natalie. But yeah, we really need better roads. I'm planning on selling my car so I can get a pickup truck, because the road's terrible. Mind you, it was much worse when I was going to high school. There was hardly any road, but that was a very, very long time ago. So now we need a new, you could call a coat of asphalt, but I don't see that coming anytime soon. The reason I actually made this trip so early, I left Kingston maybe 5:30, and I wanted to get the voting process out of the way very quickly, to avoid contact with persons who may have the virus, and to minimize my contact with persons who, because I don't even know my status. I haven't been tested, but yeah, to as much as possible minimize contact, I went and voted as soon as the polling station opened. Wore a mask, sanitized, etc., etc. Voting wasn't the only reason for the trip, but I encouraged everyone to, go out and vote early, and make their voices heard. But I'm getting a lot of feedback from persons who are reluctant to vote because of the risk involved. But we'll see how it goes. We do expect that the numbers will increase. And I'm hearing rumors. A lot of persons have been talking about the country shutting down after the election for 2 weeks, a complete shutdown. So if you can stock up on your groceries, do that. I've already done so, but that is definitely something that we expect. They just want to get this election over with, and so do I. But with another shutdown, and we're scheduled to start classes on Monday, wow, it's going to be quite a bit of a challenge. But I'm ready to take on the challenge. And yeah, so the voting station is at the school, and I'm just about there. So see you guys in the next one.